Good morning, everyone. In the last two class, you understood what is data engineering and you also know how to become a data engineer. This is a roadmap, right? So first, we need to learn database language. Followed by, we need to learn one programming language. After that, well, what is the purpose of learning a skill? You need to make sure you organize a table well, you clean the table, right? You make sure everything is well organized. For that, you need to know what is data warehousing, right? So then followed by, we have two biggest problem in this current market. One is a storage and one is a processing. How are we going to handle that for big data? Big data is a problem. Hadoop and Spark comes with a solution. And finally, whatever we are going to learn, everything will be putting that into cloud, right? So that is where we will be learning cloud services. Now with this roadmap, for the next 20 days, starting from today, we will be learning SQL. Okay. So the guys who know SQL, it looks very basic for you. The guys who does not know SQL, this is a very good learning for you because we are going to teach everything from scratch. Doesn't matter which or what background you come from, but still you will be able to understand every single concept in SQL. Okay. So the only one thing which I'm requesting you is you need to practice. Along with me, you need to practice. Now, in this, there is one small clip which I personally liked in one of the like social media reels, I think. I don't know where I picked from. So I'll play this. Just you will not get audio because it's a presentation, and in the presentation I've added a clip. You will not be able to get audio, but I know that you guys have somewhere would have seen this example. Okay. Now, just see this video. Okay. Did you all see this video? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen this movie?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what you have seen in this example, in this example, we saw that there was two guys who are interacting. Like the one person is asking, can you search my name? So the Rajini, who is actually a robo here, goes back and search in the yellow pages. It's nothing but the book which we maintain all the phone numbers. In the olden days, it was there. I don't know whether it's there now, but we go there, we scan it, and we get the results, right? So the how fast he was, how fast he was. He went and he scanned and he was able to figure out there were 12 Bajalal something his name, and then followed by he looks into same initials, and then again goes and he looks into address, right? That's what we are going to do now. What are we going to do? The purpose of bringing this example is to tell you understand how this SQL is going to be so fast. Now, what is this SQL? Why are we learning this? What is the purpose of learning this? Everything we will see in this today's session, right? So as and then the name implies, it's structured query language. And I always relate this to a cheetah. I always relate this to cheetah. Now let's see some examples and we'll see what is the uniqueness of SQL. Even after 50 years in the market, people still say that this is one of the best. We'll figure out why, right? We'll figure out why. As part of the agenda, we will cover what is SQL. Personally, I don't like to talk about history. Even in my college days, school days itself, I don't like history. but we will learn what is this SQL when it came into picture, and then we will go and figure out why it is important, followed by we have few databases. In the database, we are going to install one database for our learning. Now here, there are some important dates that I'm showing you on screen. India's first 50 over World Cup, which India won on 2011, right? And first ever smartphone. I don't know what happened on November 8th, 2016. There is a date which I mentioned. And if you're a cricket fan, you need to understand who's the fastest ODI 100 record holder. I don't know what happened in February 2009 and 21st March 2020. I remember that is a COVID day where our lockdown started. But if I ask you other dates, do you think it's there in your brain? Definitely no, right? First of all, your brain is so powerful than any device. But even if I ask you these dates, you can't remember, right? You can't remember because there are a lot of things, other things that you need to remember, correct? Now, the first question when I go and ask this in Google, you know what Google will do? Just like what you have seen as an example, your Google also will go and search this in the backend and it is going to give you the results. Now, how it is going to give you the results? It's a very simple tagline. Something, somewhere it is stored. That is why you're able to see. All these informations, they have stored somewhere. And that is why you can simply go and write a query. You will be getting the results. Where it is stored, we will wait and watch. But today, you go and search anything in Google, anything in anywhere, you will always get the answers, you'll always get the details because they have stored somewhere. Without storing, you cannot access it, right? So all this information which you see on the screen or any question you want to ask, it is easily accessible for you because all these informations are stored somewhere. Where it is stored, it is actually stored in a place called database. All the informations which you're looking for easily accessible because they have stored somewhere. Where they have stored? They have stored in a database. Now, what is database? Just think that database is a storage device where you're storing. Okay. Now, in reality, there are a lot of databases in the market. Different brands of databases are there. But one thing which always is unique about all the databases, it has a system which can accept data from different users at the same time, and it is very quick and easy to find the information. It's very quick and easy to find the information. Today you go to Amazon, you sign up and you give your personal details like email, phone number and name. The next minute you will be eligible to go and buy a product. So who's going to enter your name, email ID into the Amazon database? It is going to happen manually because it is directly interacted with the web application, right? So you go and do anything, you order something, immediately the data is processed, the order is processed, and it is change the status. For example, you order a product, the next minute they go and check if their stock is there, and they take the order, they take the payment, and they'll change the status to shipped, right, or shipping. Now, all of this, how it's happening? It is directly integrated to the backend, and it is also integrated to your user interface, right? Now, multiple people from all over the world can be accessing the database at the same time. I may be searching the same question. You may be also searching the same question. Both of them will get the answer, right? So all the users will be connected to one system, which is called database. Now, database is a place where all your data is getting stored. That is why you're able to access it, right? Now, you have to talk to this database. You have to talk to this database. You cannot always ask in English. Can you tell me what happened on this particular day? Can you tell me what happened on this particular day? We cannot do that in English. We have to know one language to talk to this database. So today you guys are all understanding whatever I'm speaking, you're getting it. Whatever you are asking, I'm getting it. It's all because I'm not speaking in any local language. We are going with one common language that everyone knows, right? So since on your side as well as my side, we know one common language called English, and that is why you're able to understand. Just like that, your database does not understand English. Your database does not understand any local language. Your database understands only one language. If you talk in that language, you will have the complete control of that language. And what is that language? That language is nothing but SQL, right? So people call it as SQL, people call it as SQL, whatever it is, but try to understand this is a language. This is a language. So this SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Till now, 2025, I'm saying you this. This is the only way that you can directly communicate to a database by using this language. There are a lot of other languages which is there in the market, but this stands as the only one language which we can connect to your database. You can go and directly interact with the database. Whatever you want, you can go and ask to a database, right? Now, it is used to communicate to the database. It is used to communicate to a database. And in case if you want to update, delete, or insert, for example, if you're a new customer, if you're entering into a system, if you're feeling like you want to change the address, phone number, email, or you're frustrated, you come out of the application, right? So all this can easily be available. You can directly do with the help of some statements, right? Now, in the start, I told you all the data is getting stored in a database. Now, what is a database? Database is a place which can store your data. Now, the simple example I can give you is you have a pen drive, right? You have a pen drive. Pen drive is a device which can store your data. But that pen drive is coming with a different brand. We have a Transcend, we have a SanDisk, we have a Samsung, we have a Sony, right? We do have different brands of pen drive. Similarly, for a small pen drive itself, if you can have a brand, this is a database. This is a database. So database will be from different companies also, right? So Microsoft have their own database. Oracle have their own database. Sybase has their own database. SQL Server has their own database, right? There is another database called Postgres. Like this, different companies have their own databases as a brand. Now, which database are we going to use? Doesn't matter. Whatever the database you're going to use, we are going to talk to the database with only one language, and that language is SQL. Right? I repeat, there are different type of brands of SQL databases. Like for example, we have Oracle, we have Sybase, we have SQL Server, we have Postgres. We have all of these databases. We have another database called IBM. IBM company itself, they are maintaining their own database. They have their own database. Irrespective of whatever the database may be, doesn't matter for me. If I want to talk to this database, I need to know one language. That one language has to be SQL. You have to learn SQL. So people usually come and ask me, this college students, right? So whenever they are completing their education, they come and ask me, I just want to start my career in IT. So what is that first thing I need to know, right? So people say that, yeah, communication is very important. I- First, you need to know how to communicate to your peers. So you need to know communication. But the advice which I give is, more than a communication language, your SQL language is important because that is where more than a communication language, your database language is important because irrespective of any role, right? You're a web developer, you're an Android developer, you're a mobile developer, you're a manager, whoever you are, you have to know this language, right? This is a one way to directly go and query the database and get the results. So this is a very, very important language. But why? What is the uniqueness in this? Let's wait and watch. This is a simple example. I'm storing a data in a table format. Okay. Now, you can see this. The entire information, if you see here, this part, this is called table, right? So in our database, where is the data getting stored? The data is getting stored in the form of a table. So what is a table? You can see it's a one complete square box you see, right? It consists of rows and columns. So let's see what is rows and columns. Now, if I ask your name, if I ask your age, if I ask your email ID, if I ask your phone number, everyone will have a different email ID, everyone will have a different name, everyone will have a different age, everyone will have a different phone number, right? But what is it common? Age is a common. I'm asking you age. So I'm asking age for every person. I'm asking email ID. So email ID is a common for everyone, right? But the value which you're giving as an email is different. But I am asking what is, it's a common, right? So the one which as a common, what is your title? What is your education requirements? What is your functional area? What is your salary? These are all common questions which I'm asking, right? So this applies for everyone. So since it's a common for everyone, and it is going to come only once, this is called column. These are called columns, right? So name is a column, age is a column, email is a column, phone number is a column. What is there in that value for that particular user? My name could be Santosh, your name could be XYZ, ABC. So names are different, phone numbers are different, email ID is different, right? That is where we have to figure out for one particular student or for one particular person, what is this details that will come as, that can be called as row, one row, right? One row. So my records will be one row, your records will be another row, your friends records will be another row. So everyone's data will be considered as a one row, right? And particularly I'm looking for, can you tell me what is a software engineer's high salary? So I'm looking for particular value, right? That particular value, we will call it as a data point, or we'll call it as a data value. Okay, you will definitely get used to it. No need to by heart anything in this. Just I'm telling you, in the backend, how the data is getting stored. The data is getting stored in the form of a table, and we have a common columns, right? And that common columns where I'm telling what I need, name, age, address, all this becomes columns, and each one will have their own values. That is called row. Particularly if I pointing out, hey, Suparna, what is your age? What is your company? What is your role? Specifically, if I'm asking one particular value, that will become a data point, right? So this is in the backend. But if I want to talk about the languages which we are using in the market, your SQL is standing on top with 55%. The data which you see on the screen is collected from different clients, different projects, and different project members. In the project management, we have collected this, and we have observed that 55% of the times your SQL is used in all the data pre-processing as well as the post-processing for your projects. Now, why? We have Python, we see a lot of other things also along with that, but how come this is giving you 55% of importance? What is the unique in SQL? Well, let me tell you. Before that, personally, I don't like to talk about history, but this is something which is interesting. SQL was introduced in the year 1970s, right? And it's almost 50 plus years. Okay, 50 plus years. 1970 in a sense, 30 years in that and 25 years here. So 55 years to be accurate. 55 years it's been that SQL is in the market, right? And it was first developed by IBM and Raymond Bonds and Donald Chamberlain. Don't need to remember their names, not required. But we have to see one thing is it's in the market for 50 years, 50, right? So as I told in the beginning, some people will call it as SQL, some people will call it as SQL. It's completely up to you. However you want, you can call it. But initially, we were calling it as SQL, like structured English query language. They have cut shorted to SQL. But later, due to some copyright issue, there was some other name as SQL. So they have changed the name from SQL to SQL. Okay. Because of some copyright issue, they have changed from SQL to SQL. So it's up to you. So don't think that two are different languages. Both are same only. People call SQL and some people calls also SQL. So it's up to your convenient. Now, the reason why I brought this slide is it's been 50 years that it is in the market. So in this 50 years, first of all, ideally speaking, there are a lot of new technologies which has come in the market. So it should replace SQL or it should be better than SQL. But it's not there. It's not there. That's a surprising one. There is no competitor for SQL even today. And I can very proudly say that even after another 50 years also, this is still going to be on top. Why? What is unique in this? Let's wait and watch. Let's wait and watch. If it is not loses is, I mean, if it has not lost its significance in the last 50 years, it will not lose in another 50 years also. But why? We will wait and watch. This is a very, very important point that I need to discuss. This will help you understand what is SQL's importance in the real time. We have two type of transactions. One, it says that online transactional processing. Another one says is online analytical processing. If you understand these two parts, you yourself will tell that, okay, now I got to know why SQL is important in the real time and why are we using on a daily basis. Okay, so that's a challenge for you. Try to understand for the next 10 minutes what is this two way of transactions, and automatically you will get why SQL is also important. Okay, now most of you would have traveled to different places, maybe either a bus or a train or a flight, right? Now I've taken a screenshot of bus travel. This is a bus seat that you can book. The most popular app that you can book your bus is Redbus, right? You can either go with a bus booking or a train booking, and I've opened a bus booking app, which is Redbus. Now, what I'll do is the one which is white color, this is available. The one which is grayed out, it's unavailable. The one which I have selected is green. The one which you see pink as, it is only for reserved for ladies, or there's a lady passenger, right? You see here. Now, we'll do one challenge. Okay, we'll make one challenge. What we will do is, let's say I'll go to Redbus. I'll go to Redbus. Let's write, I'll go and let's say I'll choose Bangalore to Hyderabad. And let's say I'll choose, I'll search today, search bus. So there are total of 192 bus that we have from Bangalore to Hyderabad for today. Okay. Now, if you see, there are a lot of bus you can see here. If I go and see view seats, and you can see this is a seat. This basically is a lower part of your bus, and this is the upper one. So you can choose whichever seat you want, and you can start booking. It shows you the where is your preferred boarding and which is the dropping point, right? And it also tells you what you need to pay, right? Now what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to do now, let's book this one because it has a highest rating of 4.8, right? 4.8. So I'll go and book here. So ideally, if you see, right, this is actually a Bharat Benz AC sleeper, and it is reaching at this place on this time. Okay. Now we have 19 seats available. We have 6 seats single. So I'll go to view seats, and now I'll book 2 seats now. Okay. I'll book 2 seats now. So totally there were 19 seats available, right? Now what I'll do, I will start proceeding to booking. Okay, I need to pay this much. I'll start proceeding to booking. Now, I've already started. Now imagine that I've clicked this. Okay, imagine that I've clicked this. Now, the seat is blocked. I have not paid yet. I've not paid yet. I've just simply proceeded to book. It will ask me the passenger details. It will ask me the passenger details, right? Who is a passenger? What is the age? Everything it will ask. Now, same time, you guys can go and check the same bus from same place, right? What is that bus name? I think we KMS Roadways, right? So if you can go and check same KMS, tell me one thing. Will it show you 19 or will it show you 17? I still not booked the cab bus tickets. Is it going to show you 17 or is it going to show 19? Are you all there?
Yeah, I think one or two
Yes.
points.
Maybe 19.
Can you repeat the question, please?
I'm trying to book a ticket. I've already started the transaction. I've selected the seats and I'm already going to proceed it. So while I click the proceed, it will ask you the passenger details. So I've already started to book the tickets. The process is going on. Now, if some other person goes and search the same bus, same time, same day, same case, KMS travels, and if he goes and if he actually tries to book, will it show 17 or will it show 19 is a question.
19 or 18.
17 of course.
19.
It will show 17.
17.
100%.
If you click on
This is going
process
to
to
show you
book,
100%. This is going to show you 17, right? Because I've already started the transaction. So this 2 tickets is actually blocked for me for next 10 minutes. In the 10 minutes, if I don't buy, the seats will be released. Now, this is how multiple people can start booking the tickets from different places, but the transactions is going to be tracked. Who has come first? Who has selected the seat first? Who has started the transaction first? Who has started the process first? For them, the preference will be given. If they were not able to book the ticket due to some maybe like a OTP issue, or if they're not able to book the ticket of some payment issue, then after 10 minutes, the seat will be released. The seat will be released. Okay, so that is where we are tracking here. Now, in this, they will give some timeout. That means within the time you have to do the transaction. You cannot block the ticket now and you cannot book after 3 days. That will not work, right? You cannot block it now and you'll say that, okay, I will pay after travel. Tomorrow is a travel time or today is a travel date. You block it now and you can say, okay, I will pay after travel. It will not work. You need to block, you need to book, you need to confirm the ticket. Only then that ticket belongs to you, right? So this is one type of transaction. Now, why I'm bringing this example is this transaction is called time bounded. Within that particular time, you have to confirm the ticket. Within that particular time, you have to pay it, right? So you cannot say that, okay, I will go to Hyderabad and then I will pay. They'll not allow you. They'll not allow you. If you want to block a ticket, it is 100% that you need to block it with a payment, right? Now, this is another example where you see it's a transaction table that we are going to again track it. This is called Book My Show. So in Book My Show, you can book tickets. The one which I've selected 12 and 13 is a seat number. Now, if there is any good movie and I want to block the ticket, I will go and select two tickets and I'll try to buy. But here, the biggest challenge is you can block it, but you have to pay immediately. The 2-3 minutes of time which is given to you, only during that time you have to pay. You cannot go and say, I will block now. After watching the movie, I'll come and pay. No. And first of all, this type of transactions, what you see, you cannot go and book for the past. For example, today is 26th March. I cannot go and book the tickets for 24th. That applies for even if your bus travel or a train travel or a flight travel. It is applicable only for future dates. You cannot go and say, I'll go and buy for, I'll go and book a ticket for 20th or 24th, which is already gone, right? Now, here what you observe is, this is also time bounded. Within that 2 minutes, you have to block the ticket, right? Or else this seats will be released for another person. Now, keep these two examples aside. At least they are giving you 2-3 minutes and 5 minutes time. Right? For bus booking, they are giving you 5 minutes time. For ticket booking for a movie, they're still giving 2 minutes time. This is still a time bounded. Now, let's go with another example, okay? Nowadays, wherever you go, you're using your phone pay and scanners or a GPay for doing the transactions. Imagine that you went for some shop, you have purchased something, your balance is 6,000 at this point of time, and you've purchased something and you scan it. You scan it, right? The moment you scan it, within 5-6 seconds, your amount will be detected. You have purchased for something for 2,000, and the next second you see that your balance has to be detected, right? Because you have scanned it, you have done the payment, and the payment you have done it in the less than, let's say, 5 to 6 seconds, and the next second your balance has to affect. By chance, hypothetical situation, imagine that you're doing some transactions, you're going to different shops. I want the answer from you guys. Just listen the question carefully. You're going to different shops, you are buying some things, you're scanning it and you're paying it. Unfortunately, assuming that today is a bank holiday, if your balance is not getting updated, what will be the consequence? I repeat my question. Your balance is 6,000. You're going to different shops. Hypothetical question. So you're going to different shops. You're buying something. Because of some holiday, your balance is not getting updated on your bank balance. What is the consequence?
So we will end up in, overspending because we do not know what transaction is actually happening because there is no track of anything.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, thanks for that. So in case if the bank is not updating the details, you will end up overspending. So even though I have a 6,000, I'll go to shop A, shop B, shop C. I'll keep on spending and I'll feel like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Tomorrow we'll see. Anyhow, the banks are not updating today. That will never happen. That will never happen. Whatever they may be, whatever the holiday may be, banks will always go and update the transactions every now and then. Well, let me tell you what I've told you, these three examples, it's all time bounded, right? This is all time bounded. That means whenever you go and do some transactions, irrespective of whatever it is, the balance has to go and change immediately. Mind it, it cannot even take 10 minutes time. Even if it's take 10 minutes time, there is high likely chance that in the 10 minutes we will misuse it, right? Now, this is what I told you. A person A and person B is doing online transactions. The person A is making a GPay of 2K and the next second the balance has to change. The next second. Sometimes the transactions will fail because of network issues or a battery issue, charger issue, whatever. Suddenly you're doing a transactions and your phone gets switched off, right? Suddenly you're doing a transaction, there is no internet. That is all fine. That is all called failed transaction. But when successfully I transact, immediately the next second, the balance of the person A should decrease, the balance of person B should increase, right? This should happen. This cannot wait. This cannot even wait for minutes. It has to happen in seconds and milliseconds, right? Now, one last example is ATM transactions. You go, you enter your PIN, you give your card, you enter the amount, you'll get the amount. Most satisfying sound you will get is the notes getting counted, and you'll get it, right? And I don't know whether you guys have observed or not, while the notes are getting counted, while the notes are getting generated in the ATM, by that time itself, you will hear a ping message in your normal message saying that this is the amount that has been debited. That is how it is fast. You'd have still not got your amount to your hand. It is still counting, but still you would have got a message from the bank saying that your amount has been detected. How many of you have experienced this? How many of you have experienced this?
Almost everyone.
Almost everyone, right? Maybe worst case, what may happen is when you are in a place of ATM, maybe there is no network, right? There is no network, or do you have some signal problem? Your message may not come. That is the worst thing that can happen. You may not get a message, and that you need not even blame a blank. It's not a mistake of bank. Bank has sent a message. Maybe a telecommunication vendor like a Jio or a Airtel, they have some issue, so you would have not got a message. But immediately go and check in the net banking or a mobile banking, and you go and check the balance would have been detected, right? So while the amount it's counting itself, your transaction has happened, you would have got a message, and that is how your system is fast. That is how your system is fast. You're sending money to someone, it happens in less than 5 seconds. You go and do an ATM transaction, immediately you will get a response. Now, how is this all happening? It's all happening because there is a backside, there is an engine that is working on, right? Now, here, whatever I gave as an example, which is a time bounded task, which does not wait, right? So ATM transaction, I'm telling you, today morning you have 10,000 balance, you go and withdraw 2,000, you go and withdraw 3,000, you go and withdraw 4,000. By chance, if the bank is not updating the transactions on the timely manner, if it is taking even a 5 minutes of delay, within that 5 minutes you can withdraw all the amounts and we can misuse it. So it will never happen. All the untime, any day, any time, any season, any festival, irrespective of whichever day it is, you go, you do a transaction, it will get affected. Now, all this type of transactions, what I've shown you, this is called OLTP, online transactional processing. Something which cannot wait. It has to happen immediately. This type of transactions is called online transactional processing. The shortcut is OLTP. Right? So all the examples which I've given, right from the ATM transaction to what you do, all the bookings, right? You send money to someone, it cannot wait. It cannot wait. You have to do it at that point of time, and the transaction has to update on the spot. It cannot even take more than a minute time. It has to happen in seconds. Seconds and milliseconds is a response time that need to happen, right? Now, let's go with another example. Let's talk about Netflix. I'm sure that everyone would have used this type of applications, maybe Amazon Prime, Hotstar, Netflix. You would have used all of this applications in your daily life, right? Now, let's assume that we have installed for the first time Netflix, and we have watched couple of movies. Right? We have watched couple of movies. Now, you are regularly watching 3 to 4 movies for that particular week. Monday to Friday, you watched few movies and you're regularly watching it. Maybe you're interested in only romantic movies or maybe comic movies or thrillers, right? You're watching a specific set of movies. From when? From Monday to Friday, right? Now, after Friday, after 3 to 4 days, you can see that you will be recommended with some movies. Recommended movies. You'll be able to see some recommended movies. Day one, when you're going and seeing the first movie, you will not get any suggestions. As and then you keep watching movies, they will recommend you similar movies. I will have a different varieties of recommended movies. You will have a different recommended movies. Now, if you ask me, is a recommendation going to happen in 1 minute? Just like your ATM transaction, it is going and updating that, okay, this is your balance. Is it going to update? Is it going to recommend a movie in the next 1 minute? The answer is no. The answer is no. They will take time. They will take time because they have to observe what you're doing. For the last 3 days, 4 days, what type of movies you have watched. So have you watched comic plus thriller or have you watched thriller plus romantic? So they will analyze it. They will analyze it. They will have to track your activities. How many times you have logged into Netflix portal? How many times you have watched movies? What are the type of movies you're watching? What is your preferred language? Right? Based on that only, they will recommend your movies. So imagine I and you both have watched similar movies, but the different languages. Right? So for me, my local language will be recommended. For you, your local language will be recommended. What type of transaction this is? This will not happen immediately. This is not a time bounded task as well. It will take some time. It will take 3 days or it will take 4 days to recommend the movies for you. Right? So this will not happen on the runtime. It will take some time. Okay. Now, I'll give another example. I'll give another example. Imagine you want to buy something in Amazon. Okay. I'll tell you my story itself. Couple of years back, I think in 2021 or 2022, I wanted to buy one iPhone. I wanted to buy one iPhone. So before buying iPhone, what you'll do, you will go and research about it. Right? You'll go and research about it. What is a phone, like how it is, everything you will do, right? So I was just going through a iPhone, and the first thing which I always do is we go for Amazon portal. So I logged into Amazon. I went to a product, and the product price it was showing is 1,19,919. I don't know which is the latest brand we have, but let's say iPhone 16. Okay, iPhone 16, I don't know which is the latest version, but I'll take as an example of iPhone 16. So iPhone 16, the price is 1,19,000, right? Now, before buying, what we do, we take some suggestions. So just listen carefully what I did. This 1,19,000, I added the product to the cart. I added the product to the cart, right? So being an Indian and South Indian, obviously, whenever you want to buy something, you go and ask your permission to your mom. So I did the same thing. I went to my mom and I asked, can I buy this phone? She gave one death stare care and saying that, what is this? Are you going to buy a phone of 1 lakh for nothing? You're just going to pick the phone. Maximum you get a calls from students and KSR. And for that, are you going to spend 1 lakh? And she told that she's not interested to buy this. She told her, don't buy. Right? So what I did? Okay, fine. Let me drop the plan. So by adding to the cart, I removed from the cart. I removed from the cart. Simple. Next day, I still feel like buying. What is this? one life, right? One life. You're earning to buy your interested products, right? So I was just feeling like, okay, fine, we'll still buy it. What is there? 1,19,000, right? Okay, why we will earn? What is that? Okay, let's buy. So second day also, I was thinking to buy. Again, I came to the website, I added to the cart, and again, this time I took a suggestion and second opinion from my friends. And my friends are like, no use, yaar. iPhone is nothing. Only it's a brand. In fact, Android is better. We can use lot of applications. iPhone always comes with limitations. And I got a negative feedback. On the second day also. First day it was rejected by my mom. Second day it was actually rejected or I got a negative opinion from my friends. So what I did? Again added, again removed. Third day, I thought, okay, let's not ask anyone. Let me only go and decide. So again I added to the cart. Then finally I also figured out, hey, yeah, yes, my usage is limited. I don't use camera or something. I just go and call and I use it for call and messages. For that, why literally I need to spend this 1,90,000? Let me invest in SIP or let me invest in mutual funds. At least it will grow. So this products and all is not going to help. So third day also, I added to the cart and I removed from the cart. Now, whatever the story I was telling, it's my story. Now let's talk the other side. Let's think from the Amazon. Now Amazon is thinking, hey, what happened to this guy? He's simply coming, adding to the cart, is removing it. He's simply coming, adding to the cart, is removing. He's simply coming to the cart, adding it, is removing. What is wrong with him? Then, fourth day, or fifth day, they will scratch this. They'll give a new amount like this. On the fourth day or fifth day, you'll start seeing some offers on for this product only for you. How? Amazon would have purchased this product for 90,000 only from Apple, but they're selling it for 1,90,000 to make good money. So what Amazon is thinking, there is something wrong with this guy. He is very much interested to buy the product, but something is stopping him. He's coming, is adding to the cart, is removing. He's coming, is adding to the cart, is removing. He's coming, is adding to the cart, is removing. Something is wrong. So let's do one thing. Let me give some offers. Let me give some discounts. Let me give him some cashbacks. So they may reduce the original price for you, or they may add you 0% EMI credit cards. They'll ask you cashbacks from HDFC credit cards, ICICI credit cards. They'll give you some additional recommendation along with phone. You can buy a back case. Back cases for free. Some offers or discounts they will give you. Now you may think Amazon will make loss. No, Amazon will still make profit. For them, something is better than nothing. Rather than you completely dropping the product, you're still buying for 99,000. So they'll still get a 9K of profit. So they'll try to push you. Now what you will think? Oh, from 6 digits, now the price has reduced to 5 digit. You may think, oh no, the product price is 5 digit. So let me buy. They're tempting you to buy. They're tempting you to buy, right? So on the day one, you may not see any offers. On the day one, you may not see any discounts or a cashbacks or a supportive EMI cards. But over the period of time, if you keep on browsing about that product for the 5 days or 6 days, if you keep on adding to the cart, removing the cart, adding to the cart, removing the cart, you spend more time on that particular product. What Amazon will think is there's something wrong with this. Maybe this guy is looking for some offers, discounts, cashbacks. Let him give him. The story behind this is Amazon is tracking your activities. Day one, they are not going to give you offers. They're going to analyze. Just like Netflix is taking 3 to 4 days for recommending a movie for you, Similarly, Amazon is also taking 4 to 5 days to figure out your activities, and they're going to analyze how good are you are, like how loyal you are to Amazon, how many times you have purchased a product, and how many years you have been with Amazon, and all of this tracking. And then with particular product, you keep on browsing. Maybe you're looking for some different colors, different recommended products along with that, or you're looking for some pricing. We don't know. Due to some reason, you're not buying. You're adding to the cart, you're not buying. You're adding to the cart, you're not buying. So let me give him offers and discounts. Now that is what you will experience. Okay. Now I'll give you one challenge. I'll give you one challenge. Please log into Amazon. Please log into Amazon. Okay. Go with any product. Go with any product. Just click this any product. This product does not have any offer. Okay. If you see here, this is a product. Okay. Now, if you see here, there is nothing that they have given offer. The only one thing is they have given with no EMI Bajaj card. That's all. Except that, nothing they have given. Okay. Now, what you need to do is, this is a challenge for you. This is a challenge for you. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this, the entire page. The way you need to take is the time also should be visible. Okay. This time also should be visible. That when I've taken the screenshot. Okay. This is the first screenshot. Then what you need to do is, while adding the product to the cart, add to the cart is there, right? Just take a screenshot. And then show me another screenshot for removing the product from the cart. Okay. So what you need to do, this is a challenge for you. This is a challenge for you. The challenge is very simple. Choose a product in Amazon. Okay. Take a screenshot. Then add the product to the cart. Then again, take a screenshot. Again, remove the product from the cart. From cart, take a screenshot. Repeat for 5 days. Repeat for 5 days. After fifth day, if you don't see any offers, discounts, cashbacks added to this product, you share the screenshots with me. I will order the same product from my pocket. I'll give it free of cost as a gift. Is the challenge accepted? I repeat, choose a product, take a screenshot, track it for 5 days, remove it, add it, remove it, add it. So I want to see that you have done it. How can I believe? For that, you have to send me a screenshots, collect all the screenshots. Every single day that you have added, you have removed it. After fifth day, if you don't see any change, forget about this value, at least you would have got some offers, discounts, cashbacks, something you would have got. One or other a point will be added to you. In case if this does not happen, the same product, it could be how much ever costly it is. It could be Samsung or it could be iPhone. We will order that product from KSR. Is a challenge accepted? Yes? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Will you all do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've been telling this for almost 14,000 KSR students. No one has ever come back with screenshots. Why? Anyone?
They
I've been
might
telling
get
this.
offer.
Hasn't
I've been tell
happened like that.
I've been telling this for all the students. No one has ever come back to me saying that, okay, this is the screenshots, give you the product. But I've heard from a lot of people saying that, yes, there is a change. Compared to the first day, the fifth day, the product has some changes. There is some additional cashbacks they've added. There is a additional supporting credit cards. Initially, there was no EMI. Then they gave me no 0% EMI processing. So 100% this will work. Okay. And if you ask me why I'm saying so confidently, because I'm an ex-employee of Amazon. I'm an ex-employee of Amazon. I know how Amazon works. That is why I'm telling you very openly, confidently, okay, accept this challenge. If this does not happen, I'll give to you a phone. I'll give to you whatever the product you choose. Because I know what is happening in this type of e-commerce companies. They'll try to influence the product. So you will feel like, oh, it is 1,09,000. Now next day, if you feel like 99,000, hey, it has reduced. Let's go and buy immediately. You will be in that urge to buy. That is what playing with your mindset. All the companies in the recent days, everything, there's some or the other way, they are influencing you to buy. Right? You go to a shop and they say buy one, get one. And you'll buy it. But you know what? It's a strategy to make you buy. Right? So keeping all these things aside, the purpose of telling you this is this type of transactions, what we have seen for the last 10 minutes, that is, one is Amazon adding the product to the cart and one is Netflix. Tell me, is it going to happen on next minute? No, it is going to take some time. It is going to take some time. So how much time it is going to take? It can be from 2 days to 3 days. It can vary, right? It can even take from 1 day also, but this is not going to be giving you the results in 1 second. Like an ATM transaction or like your ATM notification, this is not going to happen immediately. This is going to take some time. It can take time from minutes to hours or hours to days. This type of transaction, we call it as OLAP, which is called online analytical processing. Which is called online analytical processing. Now you may be wondering, how will I remember? Very simple. Keep the bank transaction in your mind. Keep the bank transaction in your mind. A transaction which cannot wait. It has to respond within seconds. Your bank balance has to be responded within seconds. It cannot wait for 2-3 days like what your Netflix is like taking time. It cannot take some time. It has to happen immediately. So remember the bank transaction and use the word online transactional processing. And for this one, you take a Netflix or a Amazon, they're analyzing your activities. For the last 1 week, how many times you have watched this movie, what type of movies you have watched, or if you go and take Amazon, how many times you have logged in, how many times you have added to the cart, how many times you have removed the cart. They're doing the analysis. And for that analysis, we will call it as online analytical processing. So these are the two ways that you can do a transaction with respect to your system, right? Now, if you understand these two ways, let me tell you, listen to these words, hear me out very carefully. We have online transactional processing. The best example which I have given is ATM transaction, and I've clearly told you that while the amount is getting counted in the system, it is about to come out. Before the money, your message will come out. That is how it is fast. That is how it is fast, right? In the background, All this is happening through SQL only. Your bank balance is getting updated because of in the backend they're using SQL. I'll tell you, in the last 50 years, there is no other technology which has matched the speed of SQL. In the last 50 years, there is no other technology which has matched the speed of SQL. And that is why even today, I can very proudly say that this is one of the technology that we are still using on the daily basis. The backend, it is taking SQL to update all of this. There is no other technology in the market which can match the speed of SQL. And that is why even today, this is the most important processing language. I told you it is something important. What is this? What is this? You're using on your daily basis, but you don't know. The next time you go to an ATM, you pull the money, you see a message, think that, okay, there is a backend, the SQL is running. That is making my transactions faster. The fastest running animal, if you see, it's cheetah. It's cheetah, right? So cheetah is the fastest running animal. If I ask you a question, is there any other animal who can match the speed of cheetah? The answer is no. There are some animals which can come very close. Like for example, if cheetah is running per hour, it is running with 80 kilometer speed. There could be another animal which can run up to 75. Right? But even today, if I ask you, the fastest running animal is cheetah. Similarly, the fastest processing technology and language is SQL. There is no other language that can match the speed of SQL, and that is why even today 55% of the times we are using SQL for all the fast processing, and that is why this is important. Did I justify why SQL is important? Yes, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, you may ask me a question. Come on, when SQL is like a cheetah which can run fast, which can execute fast, then why we have other technologies, right? Now, imagine I'm talking about a very young cheetah, right? Somewhere around at this peak age. If the same cheetah is like old, it has become old, it's towards the end of its life, it has become very fat, right? It has become very fat, or if it is injured, can you expect the same speed? No. Can you expect the same speed? No. Or you take a very young cheetah, like let's say 5 years or 6 years old. It doesn't even know that it can run fast. Do you expect it? No. So when I say that SQL is best, SQL is best only on some terms and conditions, not always. Sometimes because of the data volume is increasing, whenever your cheetah is running faster, your cheetah will run faster. But if the cheetah is overweight, then it could be maybe overtaken by some other animal with a very young age. Let's take a tiger. So tiger with a young age can beat a cheetah with its fat. Possibility is there. So when I say SQL is going to be the important, that means there is no other technology which can match the speed of SQL, right? That's correct. But only on certain terms and conditions, not always. Not always. So that you need to remember. Okay. So today, the takeaway from today's session you need to figure out is, yes, we have to talk to a database. For talking to a database, we need one language. What is that language? That language is SQL. And SQL, why SQL is so important? Everyone says SQL, 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 but people don't say any reason. Well, I've given you a couple of examples today. So one is I've given you OLAP and OLTP, online transactional processing, online analytical processing. Online transactional processing is all about your ATM transactions. Like the response time has to be as low as possible. It cannot be even in a 1 minute. Even 1 minute you cannot wait in ATM just for your updations. You have to get it in seconds and milliseconds, because in 1 minute if it is getting delayed, you can still go and misuse it, right? So it cannot wait. But here, analytical processing, okay, 5 days, 6 days, you observe their activities, and then you give offers, discounts, cashbacks. It can wait. After 5 days you recommend a movie, it's fine. If you recommend on the day one, it may not be correct. After 5 days you recommend, yeah, he is watching a similar movies, let me recommend. That is what online analytical processing. And why SQL is famous? Because for online transactional processing, nothing or no other technology in the world, no other technology on this planet can match the speed of SQL. SQL is on top in terms of processing speed. And that is why today it is proudly crowned to be the best processing tool in the market. Are we good? Are we good?
Yes, Sundar.
Yes, Santosh.
Okay.
We
So
are.
with that, I'll show you one small difference. So this is a difference between OLTP and OLAP. This one you can call it as your ATM transaction, and this one you can keep that as a Netflix. Okay. So here what happens in ATM? Every 5 minutes you go and do a transaction. You go withdraw, you go debit, or you do withdraw, you go and debit. It has to handle it. Okay. So in terms of volumes, can handle a large number of small transactions. In one day, you have transacted 27 times or 30 times. All 27 times, 30 times, it has to go and update. So volume will be more number of transactions. Query type, very simple. Response time, I'm not even considering seconds, right? Try to understand. I'm not even considering seconds. I'm considering milliseconds. And mainly we do have a transactional data. Like every record, every transaction they make, I'll get recorded. Right? It is usually essential for your business operations. That means the purpose is daily basis you will have to use it. Now let's talk about Netflix. They handle a large volume of complex queries. Why it is complex? Because for every single person, I need to figure out how many times he has logged in, what product is adding to the cart, or what movies he is watching, what type of genres he is watching, and or what type of products he is buying in the Amazon, how many times he is adding to the cart, how many times he is removing the cart. Every single transactions I need to analyze. That is why it is complex, right? So what is the response time? It can vary from minutes to hours, or it can even go to days. It can go even to days. And source, if you see, it will be aggregated. Aggregated means, okay, this particular user, how many times he has logged in, how many times he has clicked the product, how many times he has analyzed the product. So they'll go and aggregate it, which will basically help to figure out some insights. Okay, this particular person is interested to buy, maybe is not buying because of this reason. Let me give him offers, let me give him discounts, let me give him cashback, right? So with all that, today what we have done is we have learned what is SQL. We have learned history. It has started in the year 1970s. It's 55 years in the market. It is important because we have two type of transactions, and it is important because of this, and that is why we're going to learn this. Okay, so with this, we will cover this in the next class. Are we good?
Next class means tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sankar.
Any questions?
Hi, Santosh. Akshya here.
Yeah.
I just want to know like how much time we need to spend in addition to the classes that we attend on a daily basis to be thorough on the topics.
If I teach for 2 hours, you have to spend another 2 hours.
Okay.
So every day, if you are spending 3 to 4 hours for the next 100 days, for sure you can crack any job, because the quality of training that we give is everything from basics. We'll give you the complete fundamentals. So if you can practice, just tomorrow you will see the theory part, and from day after tomorrow you will never see any PPTs in the class. Everything is going to be a practical class. I'll be opening the database, I'll be writing the code, I'll be writing in future also, I'll be opening a editor, I'll be writing a Python code. So 95% of all the classes in KSR is practical classes where we have to go and sit and code. So on the same day, if you can practice, for sure you can master the subject.
Okay. Thank you.
Santosh.
Yeah,
Santosh.
tell me.
Santosh, why we use SAS and how is it compared to SQL?
SAS is not only a SQL, right? It is also part of ETL. So you cannot use it as a database. You can only use it as a data movement tool, where that is different, right? You cannot compare it with SQL. SQL is a language, right? Your SAS is a software. It's a tool.
Hello, Santosh.
Yeah.
Santosh, like currently, like our timings, my office logging timings are colliding with this actually. So, like, is there any evening batch which has been planned for same this
No,
multi-cloud program?
no. As of now, it is this only batch. The reason is most of the data in people who, I mean, most of them who want to scale up, right? They're all working employees. So we wanted to keep it as early as possible so that they can finish it and go to office. Nowadays, every company they've asked to come to office, so we have kept it at this time so that US people and India people can coordinate on the same time, and most of the Indians who want to go to office can finish this class and go. So that's the only reason that why we have kept it 6:30. If it is colliding with your office time, we don't have any other batch. Maybe you have to wait for another 1.5 month or so that you will get a new batch for morning time. That is also will be at 8 o'clock, but not evening. Evening we are running
My,
a different course.
okay, because my my office login itself is 7 o'clock. It is exactly colliding with this one.
Yeah, I
Sometimes,
understand. But one thing which I could tell you is just after the class, in the next 1 hour, you will get the recordings. So you can watch the recordings and you can still ask her questions in our group, and you can still be like able to follow us if you still go, because a lot of students who goes with recordings, right? Even they are able to match the speed, they are able to match the pace. So it's up to you how you can handle it. But as of now, this is the only time that we have.
evening batch, will it be planned for this program or not?
For the
Nothing like that.
not for the next 2 months.
Not for the next. Okay. Okay.
Hey, hi
Hi,
Santosh.
Santosh.
This side.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Santosh, my question is like I'm attending this class, like this is third day, and the recordings I couldn't see. Is there any different WhatsApp group I need to join where the recordings are getting shared?
No. For recordings, you can log into our KSR portal, right? There you can see our classes.
Okay.
Okay, and WhatsApp group will be created post your registration. For the next 2 days, you still have the free sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get registered, only then you will be added to a WhatsApp group. There you can talk with us, talk to our mentors. Even I'll be there in that group. If you have any questions, concerns, doubts, you
Mm-hmm.
can always
Mm-hmm.
post there. We will respond to you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Santosh.
Yeah.
I just have
Sudhir
one
here.
question. I'm
Tell me.
sorry. Go ahead.
Um, Like when you were covering like OLTP, topic, next to that, it was mentioned RDBMS. When I googled it, it says relational database
I'll tell
management.
you all that. We are going to cover that in the
We
next
haven't
upcoming
covered
classes.
that. Okay, okay, gotcha.
We'll be
Thank you.
covering that in the upcoming classes. Today, my objective was to explain what is this OLAP and OLTP.
Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Santosh. I just have one question. Will all the practical classes like softwares are compatible with the Mac, like the MacBook?
Uh, See, for SQL, you may find bit challenge, but there is also a way to install it. So, anyhow, we in future we'll be going and using cloud. For the initial first 2 months, you may feel it a bit hard to install the softwares, but we can do it because in your Mac also you have an option to go with the Windows version of software. So yeah, we can help you with that as well.
Sure. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, I would request you to attend tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well. And then you can go and analyze for the last 1 week what you have done. You can go and check with other institutes. You can go and compare the syllabus. You can compare everything. Then if you're really interested, you can make a registration, right? So for the next 2 days, you will have a free sessions. Tomorrow, we are going to learn about a database where how are we going to install and how are we going to start writing our first code. So that will be the agenda for tomorrow. Okay. Thank you all.